Episode 32. Submitted by Wren. Richmond, Virginia. 31. Read exactly as submitted. I saved the receipt from a first date. Not every receipt. I'm not organized like that. Just the first ones. They go in the little zip pocket inside my purse, and I forget about them until the purse wears out, and I move everything over. My mother did the same thing with ticket stubs. Proof you went out. Proof you tried. There's one in there right now from a wine bar off Carey Street. 6140. The ink has faded down to about the color of weak tea, but you can still read where somebody wrote thanks on it with 2 exclamation points. The thing you need to know about me is that I'm bad with faces. Not the way people say that at parties, where they say it, and then recognize everybody in the room. I have walked past my own aunt in a Kroger. I know people by their coat, their voice, their car, where I expect them to be standing. At my old job, I learned the whole floor by shoes, and it worked fine for 6 years. Nobody ever diagnosed me with anything. My family called me a space cadet, and I agreed with them, and honestly, it never cost me a thing until I started dating on my phone at 29. Here is how it went. 4 times, over 2 years, and I would have sworn it was 4 different men. He'd match with me on Hinge. Good messages, funny, not so many that it got weird before we met. He'd suggest the wine bar off Carey, and I'd think, oh, I love that place. He'd already be there when I came in, at the table in the back corner, and he'd order for both of us before I even sat down. Some women would hate that. I always thought it was charming. 2 glasses of the white with the hard name and the olives. Then, before hello properly, he'd ask me what was the last thing I learned about myself by accident. And I'd say something, and he'd listen like there was going to be a test on it later. At the end, his card would be in his other coat. I'd pay. He'd say next one's on him. There was never a next one. He'd go quiet by Thursday, and I'd feel bad for a week, and then I'd stop feeling bad. 4 contacts in my phone. Andrew, Drew, A, and one that just says, Andy, wine bar. 4 sets of pictures I could not have picked out of a lineup at gunpoint, which, again, did not alarm me. That's what a phone has always looked like to me. In March, I got laid off, and I called my card company about a hardship plan, and the woman said she'd mail me a full charge history so I could go through and cut what I didn't need. It came about a week later. 2 years of everything, and they don't sort it by date. They sort it by merchant. So it was all sitting there in one block, 4 lines, same name, and I sat down on my kitchen floor with the envelope still in my other hand. 6140. 6140, 6140, 6140, 8 months apart, then 7, then 9. To the penny, 4 times. I called the bar the next day. I don't even know what I asked for. Some guy read the old tickets to me because I sounded upset enough that he wanted me off the phone. 2 glasses of the Vermentino, 1 order of olives, table 9, and every one of those 4 tabs opened between 7:38 and 7:44 in the evening. So he sat down across from me 4 times and asked me what I'd learned about myself by accident and watched me not know him. He knew. There's no version of this where he didn't know. Maybe the second time he was checking. I don't have a guess for the 3rd and the 4th. I never got a last name. I stopped using the app for a while, and then I started again. Because you do. The bar's still open. I drove past it in June with a friend in the car, and she asked if I wanted to stop in, and I said not tonight, and we went somewhere else and had a perfectly nice time. The receipt is still in the zip pocket. I keep meaning to take it out.